There are many ways to approach art style studies. Here's one of them, which is kind of an applied study since I'm not copying the entire thing one-to-one. Before I start, I set very specific goals. Number 1, to paint the eyes and hair in this glossy, almost translucent way that this artist does. Number 2, to make obvious brush strokes that make the painting look rough. And number 3, to avoid over-rendering the parts that aren't really the focal point. I simply came up with those goals by thinking about what exactly it is that I liked about that artist's work, because those are basically the reasons why I'm even doing a study in the first place. I don't spend much time trying to perfect everything, but I keep my goals in mind. I add contrast to the eyes and add a sharp highlight to make it look more polished, but also not too clean. I don't add too many details either, so as not to make the rest of the painting look unbalanced in comparison. I make the hair look glossy by putting relatively dark colors next to light ones, and while I add some hair strands, I try not to overdo it. I basically adhere to the amount of detail that I already see and admire in this artist's work, and what makes their painting as a whole look balanced despite the minimal amount of detail. As soon as those things are accomplished, I consider the study done. I actually have a full-length video of this with normal speed, where you can see me fumble and press undo so many times, and that's usually how the process works for me. For now though, I'll stick to the time-lapse.